Welcome to Dr. Aidan's Guide to English Language. In the next few minutes, using examples from key texts, I will show you how to easily identify and analyse anaphora. Anaphora is a form of repetition, namely the repetition of the same word or phrase in successive clauses. For example, at the beginning of Shakespeare's Richard III, we read, "Our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures." We can easily see and hear that Shakespeare begins these three successive lines with the word our, but the more important question is why he does that and what is the effect. It's to draw attention to the fact that prior to the play starting, Richard, Duke of Gloucester, was part of a group with common goals, fighting battles. Hence, our armaments, our calls to battle, alarums, and our soldiers marching to war. But now, it's peacetime, and he's no longer part of a group, and he becomes focused on individual goals, namely, killing people to become king. So it's no coincidence that shortly after this, he will repeat the personal pronouns I, my, and mine 14 times. In another Shakespeare play, Richard II, we see another seemingly minor word repeated. This royal throne of kings, this sceptred isle, this earth of majesty, this seat of Mars, this other Eden demi-paradise. In fact, the word this is repeated 17 times in this speech by John of Gaunt. But again, the question is, why does he repeat the word this? It's to draw our attention to this very specific place, England, and the fact that it has been home to the most glorious of peoples. But the speech actually ends with his bemoaning the fact that this glory is in the past. The speech finishes, "That England, that was wont to conquer others, hath made a shameful conquest of itself." So England is no longer this glorious place, but has defeated itself because of Richard II's poor leadership. Lastly, Charles Dickens, and one of the most famous openings of any book anywhere possibly. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. Now the use of anaphora here, the repetition of the phrase "it was the," sets up a series of seemingly incompatible parallels. For whom is it the best of times, and for whom the worst? Will these opposites be reconciled? Well, I'll let you read the book to find out, but it's an intriguing opening, really developed by the use of anaphora. So I hope that this video will help you to identify and interpret anaphora in the plays, books and poems that you are reading or studying, and thank you for listening to Dr. Aidan's Guide to English Language. Give a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video and subscribe now so that you don't miss any of my future posts.